together, except they be agreed? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely Elohim will do nothing, but revealeth their secrets unto the servants the messengers assigned by Elohim. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahshua hath spoken, who can but prophesy? For they know not to do right, says the Lord Hamashiach of humanity, who store up violence and robbery in their palaces. Hear yet, and testify in the house of Jacob, says the Lord Yahshua, the God of hosts, that in the day that I shall visit the transgressions of Israel upon him I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altar shall be cut off, and fall to the ground. And I will smite the winter house with the summer house, and the houses of ivory shall perish, and the great houses shall have an end, says the Lord. The hour is drawing near. Not many are aware of this event unfolding right before their eyes, while the shadow governments put things in place to distract and comfort humanity in sin.
3.68 minutes ago.
Elohim have been revealing what is to unfold in these end times through my faithful divine messenger Marvin Thurian Richards, Archangel Samuel of mine, that many do not appreciate the sacrifices he went through. He brought forth to deliver Elohim's words from the throne room. The people has turned their hearts and ears away from the ancient truth and has turned to believe the lies from the enemies, from the mouth of the workers of iniquity. The kingdoms of darkness that dwells on earth in realms unknown to humanity are against our trumpet of truth. Archangel Shiani, the fifth angel of the end-time apocalypse, the sealed words that were given to Daniel the prophet of old has been released unto Archangel Shiani only. Revelation 1:1-3. 1 and At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. 2 and Many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. 3 and They that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. 4 But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. 5 And Daniel looked, and, behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. 6 And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? 7 And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever that it shall be for a time, times, and an half, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. 8 And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? 9 And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. 10 Many shall be purified, and made white, and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. 1 And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. 12 Blessed is those that wait, and cometh to the 1,335 days. 13 But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Anyone else who are claiming to know this truth are frauds and impostors of the enemy, the devil himself, seeking attention to distract the people from the ancient truth that were given to Daniel as it were words sealed up. Only the one chosen in this end times can open it, because he is worthy to reveal it, which was only given to our Marvin Thurian Richards, no one else, to teach the earth in righteousness, to unlock the hidden truths that your enemies kept from you, the truth of the foundation of Elohim's eternal covenant of everlasting righteousness, the tree of life and the fruits of judgment. The covenant of the universal creators Elohim. See what the enemies has done to his different Facebook pages. He is the only one that speaks the undiluted words of your Elohim on earth, the only one that can answer your questions on our pole reversal magnetic shift of the great unfolding judgment. So many, however, are still not prepared. My arrival is unfolding in this final hour of an eye. It will be a glorious event indeed, and men, women, and children will drop down on their knees in joy with love in their hearts, for me their divine Lord and Savior Yahshua, the King of glory, when that day births forth. My precious beloved children who knows the truth that were taught to them in righteous by our divine messenger Marvin Prophetic Richards, must tell the others how fortunate they are to be given this wonderful divine gift of life, to be alive in the land of the living. My divine love will strike the earth in a manner where all mankind will drop down in humility and on bended knees weeping with sorrow for the grievance they have caused to offend my eternal Father Yahuwah El Elyon and my everlasting Mother Imaya Wisdom Ruach HaKadosh. As it is written, every knees will bow and every tongue will confess I am the Lord thy faithful gift of salvation. It is through the Most High / El Elyon Yahuwah that this great act of mercy is now presented to you, not for long, for very soon they will have to give an account of their foolish actions against me. Rejoice, for the Messiah is here. I have returned to give you eternal life, the proof of my existence and that of my everlasting Father Yahuwah El Elyon and my everlasting Mother Wisdom Imaya will be revealed in all heavenly glory to every man, woman, and child. My presence will be revealed in a way that no one will nor can ignore, for the heavens will open, the stars will collide, so that my return to save you will be felt in every corner of the world at the same time. There will be powerful earthquakes that will trigger off Yellowstone avalanches and abnormal weather conditions in all parts of the earth: in South Africa, Nigeria, Africa, Botswana, Russia, China, Italy, Ohio, California, Arizona, America, Sweden, Canada, France, the Caribbean islands, just to mention a few. Very soon expect the unexpected, and it will take place one after the other like a domino supernatural effect as the sea vomits out its dead, as the waves roars to and fro. I will show my mighty hand and power from the heavens as a gift to those who love me, as a special sign of my presence. Yes, and the mountains will shake in fear at my holy presence. Joel 2:30-32. And I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood, and fire, and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Creators come. And it shall come to pass, that whosoever shall call on the eternal name of the Lord Yahushua shall be delivered, for in Mount Zion and in the new Yerushalayim shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom Elohim shall call. Weather extremes and sudden changes in temperatures from cold to very hot will be seen and experienced as the earth goes through a polar reversal shifting of events. There will be disasters everywhere. The hearts of mankind will pant in fear as the 23 days of darkness unfolds. Joel 2:1-2. Blow yet a trumpet in Zion, and sound let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. The seasons will no longer be seen in the way in which they were in the past. The weather conditions will be unpredictable that not the technologies of mankind cannot tell in the days to come, for everything is under my control. For when it should be raining I will tell the sun shine, and when it is snowing I will tell the winds blow stronger. When it is dawn I will tell the moon shine. Storms will take unprepared nations unexpectedly. It will be a day any time now that I will snatch my elected chosen ones out of the hands of the wicked and gather them from the four corners of the earth, east, west, north, and south. Supernaturally, yet they will be transformed into a beacon of light. Spiritual transformation to be caught up. Floods and thunderstorms will be seen in parts of the world, which have never experienced them up to now. I will not hold back anymore. I will pour my wrath down. In the countries, which pass wicked laws against the Most High Elohim, earthquakes will rattle their lands. There will be strange signs in the atmosphere, and for those who know me and who walks in spirit and in truth, they will know why these events are about to take place effectively. Prophecy received from Elohim, the Holy of Holies, the Triune Eternal Family, given to the Divine Messenger Archangel Marvin T. Richards, Cheyenne Yi, July 4, 7380. The actual year since creation, 2018. This prophecy will answer all questions in connection to everything that is happening upon the earth in this final hour. Copy and paste as it is. Do not add or take away from these divine words spoken in prophecy. Share this on social media. This is the answers that you seek, the sign that you ask for, written in Revelation 12. Amen. Amos CHP 3:3, 6-8, 10, 13-15. Can two walk together, except they be agreed? Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely Elohim will do nothing, but revealeth their secrets unto the servants, the messengers assigned by Elohim. The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord Yahushua hath spoken, who can but prophesy? For they know not to do right, says the Lord Hamashiach of humanity, who store up violence and robbery in their palaces. Hear yet, and testify in the house of Jacob, says the Lord Yahushua, the God of hosts, that in the day that I shall visit the transgressions of Yisrael, upon him I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altar shall be cut off, and fall to the ground. And I will smite the winter house with the summer house, and the houses of ivory shall perish, and the great houses shall have an end, says the Lord. The hour is drawing near. Not many are aware of this event unfolding right before their eyes, while the shadow governments put things in place to distract and comfort humanity in sin. Elohim have been revealing what is to unfold in these end times through my faithful divine messenger Marvin Thurian Richards Archangel Samuel of mine, that many do not appreciate the sacrifices he went through. He brought forth to deliver Elohim's words from the throne room. The people has turned their hearts and ears away from the ancient truth and has turned to believe the lies from the enemies from the mouth of the workers of iniquity. The kingdoms of darkness that dwells on earth in realms unknown to humanity are against our trumpet of truth. Archangel Shiani, the fifth angel of the end-time apocalypse, the sealed words that were given to Daniel the prophet of old has been released unto Archangel Shiani only. Revelation 1:1-3. 1 and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. 2 and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. 3 and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. 4 But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words, and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. 5 And Daniel looked, and, behold, there stood other two, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. 6 And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? 7 And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever that it shall be for a time, times, and an half, and when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. 8 And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? 9 And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end. 10 Many shall be purified, and made white, and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. 1 And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. 12 Blessed is those that wait, and cometh to the 1,305 days. 13 But go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest, and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Anyone else who are claiming to know this truth are frauds and impostors of the enemy, the devil himself, seeking attention to distract the people from the ancient truth that were given to Daniel as it were words sealed up. Only the one chosen in this end times can open it, because he is worthy to reveal it, which was only given to our Marvin Thurian Richards, no one else, to teach the earth in righteousness, to unlock the hidden truths that your enemies kept from you, the truth of the foundation of Elohim's eternal covenant of everlasting righteousness, the tree of life and the fruits of judgment. The covenant of the universal creators Elohim. See what the enemies has done to his different Facebook pages. He is the only one that speaks the undiluted words of your Elohim on earth, the only one that can answer your questions on our pole reversal magnetic shift of the great unfolding judgment. So many, however, are still not prepared. My arrival is unfolding in this final hour of an eye. It will be a glorious event indeed, and men, women, and children will drop down on their knees in joy with love in their hearts, for me their divine Lord and Savior Yahshua the King of Glory, when that day births forth. My precious beloved children who knows the truth that were taught to them in righteous by our divine messenger Marvin Prophetic Richards, must tell the others how fortunate they are to be given this wonderful divine gift of life, to be alive in the land of the living. My divine love will strike the earth in a manner where all mankind will drop down in humility and on bended knees, weeping with sorrow for the grievance they have caused to offend my eternal Father Yahuwah El Elyon and my everlasting Mother Imaya Wisdom Ruach HaKadoshah. As it is written, every knees will bow and every tongue will confess, I am the Lord thy faithful gift of salvation. It is through the Most High El Elyon Yahuwah that this great act of mercy is now presented to you. Not for long, for very soon they will have to give an account of their foolish actions against me. Rejoice, for the Messiah is here. I have returned to give you eternal life, the proof of my existence and that of my everlasting Father Yahuwah El Elyon and my everlasting Mother Wisdom Imaya will be revealed in all heavenly glory to every man, woman, and child. My presence will be revealed in a way that no one will nor can ignore, for the heavens will open, the stars will collide, so that my return to save you will be felt in every corner of the world at the same time. There will be powerful earthquakes that will trigger off Yellowstone avalanches and abnormal weather conditions in all parts of the earth, in South Africa, Nigeria, Africa, Botswana, Russia, China, Italy, Ohio, California, Arizona, America, Sweden, Canada, France, the Caribbean islands, just to mention a few. Very soon expect the unexpected, and it will take place one after the other like a domino supernatural effect, as the sea vomits out its dead, as the waves roars to and fro. I will show my mighty Hand in power from the heavens as a gift to those who love me, as a special sign of my presence. Yes, and the mountains will shake in fear at my holy presence. Joel 2:30-32. And I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood, and fire, and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Creators come. And it shall come to pass, that whosoever shall call on the eternal name of the Lord Yahushua shall be delivered, for in Mount Zion and in the new Yerushalayim shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, in the remnant whom Elohim shall call. Weather extremes and sudden changes in temperatures from cold to very hot will be seen and experienced as the earth goes through a polar reversal shifting of events. There will be disasters everywhere. The hearts of mankind will pant in fear as the 23 days of darkness unfolds. Joel 2:1-2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. The seasons will no longer be seen in the way in which they were in the past. The weather conditions will be unpredictable, that not the technologies of mankind cannot tell in the days to come, for everything is under my control. For when it should be raining I will tell the sun shine, and when it is snowing I will tell the winds blow stronger. When it is dawn I will tell the moon shine. Storms will take unprepared nations unexpectedly. It will be a day any time now that I will snatch my elected chosen ones out of the hands of the wicked and gather them from the four corners of the earth, east, west, north, and south. Supernaturally, they will be transformed into a beacon of light, spiritual transformation to be caught up. Floods and thunderstorms will be seen in parts of the world, which have never experienced them up to now. I will not hold back anymore. I will pour my wrath down. In the countries, which pass wicked laws against the Most High Elohim, earthquakes will rattle their lands. There will be strange signs in the atmosphere, and for those who know me and whom walks in spirit and in truth, they will know why these events are about to take place effectively.
Alright, so now you all know exactly that I prophesied everything. I predicted every single thing that going on right now on the earth. So when people like Devika and them talking about she predicting something, or she talking about earthquakes, she talking about the going to have earthquakes, I already predict everything that is going to happen for the future already. This is already happening, and as I speak it's already unfolding already. So this is ongoing right now. All right, this is ongoing. So this is ongoing as of right now. This was in July the 4th, 2018. So that means that I predicted the earthquake from last year that happened in Trinidad. I predicted the earthquake that happened in Ecuador. I predicted the earthquake that happened in Peru. I predicted the earthquakes happening in Indonesia. I prophesied about the tsunamis. I did every single thing. The storms, the cyclones, just name it. The storms, the cyclones, the hurricane. I prophesied everything. Actually, I prophesied everything. Everything that happened on the earth is I prophesied everything. I predicted everything, because everything here, this is the plan of Elohim. Alright, so this is where Devika stole everything. This is where Devika stole it. What she doing is just taking out part by part. She take out this part, she put in this part. She keep changing around the words continually, but it's the same thing that she's saying over and over from what she steal from my prophecies. Alright, so the earthquake, the landslides, mountain melting like wax, all that was predicted, all that was prophesied. The saturation, how Trinidad was split, how Indonesia was split, how the patterns of the earthquakes will be, every single thing that before it ever happened, before it ever started, Archangel Samuel put it into play. Alright, so Archangel Samuel is the one who predicted and prophesied every single thing that you see going on the earth. So everything that you see going on the earth is Archangel Samuel who already prophesied and predicted everything already. Alright, everything was
I lift up my hands unto you.
Earthquake downgraded to 3.2 from 3.3. Location, New Zealand, last minus 2 minutes ago.
Mighty Jaja, to carry on. Mighty Jaja, and no harder. The working harder, day and night, striving to survive. Striving to survive. Listen, going in.
up, people of the Caribbean islands. It's only Archangel Samuel that predicted and prophesied everything that's going on the earth. So all those who claiming to have via visions, they are frauds. And you are deceived into believing in their lies. Alright, so the next 24 hours, that is when they're going to execute their plans. Just get ready.
Minor, magnitude 2.2, 2 minutes ago.
Hide me from the secret, don't you love the wicked? From the insurrection of workers of iniquity, oh, mighty Jaja, to carry out, oh God, oh Father who art in light, hear us while we call on you. Without you, you know, we are nothing, oh Lord. You are our refuge, yes you are our king, oh. Mighty Jaja, to carry on. Mighty Jaja, to carry on. Oh gosh, then lift up my hands unto you. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Jah, who has made Zion and the earth. Oh gosh, mighty Jah, to carry on. Mighty Jah.
So I'm going to play a video here where I already prophesied all the earthquakes that happen on the earth, right? I'm going to play a video from 2017 where I said that these events are going to happen from 2017 up to 2019. And I already brought out a brand new prophecy already. There's a new release of prophecy for the rest of 2019. I already brought out prophecies already. That's what I mean. And people stealing it. And people not giving credit where credit, where credit is due. So I'm going to play that video. Alright, so get ready for your mind to be blown. Alright, so get ready for your mind to be blown by this prophecy. Remember these drawings? It all came to pass. Look at these drawings. Remember these drawings where I draw and show you all the vein and the plates all connected to Yellowstone? Well, guess what? It all connected to Yellowstone. Everything that I've taught you all is the truth. Remember, I spoke about Mexico. Where is it? I spoke about when the rapture will happen. The rapture will happen when Yellowstone almost ready to blow. Remember these drawings? Although kind of disorganized, I show you all exactly what will happen on the solar eclipse. I explain everything to you all what happened to the solar eclipse, that Yellowstone is a female Yellowstone. That's the reason why NASA want to go and daffy with she, because they know she will birth. And I show you all about the fault lines wobbling here, and I show you all the mountain and the land is being pulled in the sea. Although it may seem to you that it's not being pulled in the sea, it is being pulled in the sea. I also show you all the Atlantic Ocean and the magnitudes of earthquake that is happening. You see 6.1, 7.1. Look at here. Look at right here, and this was drawn some weeks ago. I show you all what will happen in Mexico and how it will affect the world. I show you all that an earthquake 6.1 will hit Mexico. I show you all a 7.1 will hit Mexico. I show you all a 5.1 will hit California. I show you all a 5.1 will hit California. I show you all a 6.3 will hit the Netherlands. I show you all a 10.1 or a 10.1 and 8.1 magnitude will hit Mexico. I show you all a 6.5
kilometers southwest of
will hit
California, plus micro magnitude 1.4 4 minutes ago.
What will hit Brazil. This is the drawing here. I show you all here. Recently they had a 8.1, not so? Mexico had a 8.1, but nothing never happened. Mexico had a 8.1 earthquake, and what happened was a split. It had a split. Now recently there was a 7.1 that caused devastation because they didn't accept my warning. Because they didn't accept my warnings, this is what happened to them. A 7.1 earthquake hit them. There was other drawings too. Let me see if I could find it. Before I start drawing about the storm, I promise I'll show you all about the storm. I know. For all those who think I brainwash, and you know, I must be controlled or something like that, like them. Well, flat earth. The earth is flat. I teach about the dome. I teach where the moon in position, where the sun is position, and I teach where the stars are. I teach all that. What is this? This is just an illustration that I'm looking for the other drawing. Other draw. Maybe it's on this. Maybe it's on this. I even show you all this.
10 kilometers northwest of Peru, Oklahoma, class micro, magnitude 1.7, 3 minutes ago.
See what heaven is? Look where the seventh wave will happen. I'll show you all very hard at 7.8 magnitude 10.1. I'll show you all a mild earthquake. I'll show you all a 4.4, 4.5, where it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. Everything that I've shown you all here is the illustration. It is truth, and this is how it's happening right now. This is how the earthquake is happening around the world. This is how it's happening. The earth is flat. The earth is not a globe. Rubbish. We see a put here. Rubbish. The earth is not a globe. We don't live in a globe. We live in a flat earth where you could get east, a west, where you could get a south, and where you could get a north pole. You could only get a east, west, north, and south pole. You can only get 4 poles on a flat earth. You cannot get 4 poles on a globe. It is impossible to get 4 poles on a globe. I'm going to show you something. That is the globe. That is the model of the stupid earth. Where you getting a south pole here? Where you getting a south pole there? That's a north pole? That way you getting the poles?
1.8 from 1.7
nah.
Location 10 kilometers.
This is rubbish.
Perry, Oklahoma, fast micro,
NASA
4
teacher
minutes ago.
shit. This is rubbish. You can't get a south pole or north pole on a frigging globe. On this model, on this flat earth model, the earth is flat. On this flat earth model, you could get a east, a west, and south, north, because there is a point. There is a point here to signify it. There's a point here to signify. There's a point down here, and there's a point down here. there's a point down there. See if there any. I did draw something
Location,
else.
7 kilometers southwestern island, California. Class micro, magnitude 1.4, 4 minutes ago.
So much of drawings I did. Right. This is where you need to understand. This is about the crop circles that you remember recently you were seeing crop circles. You was only hearing about crop circles. You realize you ain't hearing nothing about crop circles anymore. You realize you're not even seeing a crop circle anymore. Because why? The warning's over. Watch. About to happen, earthquakes everywhere. Since I've spoken this, it happened. And look where Mexico is. I didn't draw this. I didn't just writing this, I think it's this one. I had to find the other illustration. But this is about the crop circles and who makes the crop circles. I'm drawing kind of outer thing, but I'm not best drawer. This is an orphanim. You see how the wings is? This is an orphanim. This is called Ezekiel wheel, right? Orphanim. This is an orphanim, which called the Ezekiel wheels. I have a teaching on the Ezekiel wheel on my page, so you could go on my page and you could learn about the Ezekiel wheel on my page. I have a whole post explaining about the orphanim. The orphanim is the Ezekiel wheel. They are the chariots. They are the living chariots of Elohim. And I also show here the pole shift and all 7 shells must be shifted. You hear what I say? This will happen when the 7th trumpet is sung. You see, when the 7th trumpet is sung, like this angel here, Gabriel, the pole reversal shift will happen when all the 7 shells must be shifted. I teach about the 7 shells already a little earlier on in the live. I just going over before I draw what I need to draw for you. It's orphaims. It's orphaims. Like him, like New Yerushalayim. It's orphaims. So we are Yahushua here. We have Imaya, who is the mother. Earth is the center of the universe. So Earth is in the center. This is their thrones there. This is Yahushua throne. This is Imaya throne. This is Yahuwah throne. This is Imaya's throne. This is Lord Yahushua's throne. Yahushua is always on the right hand of the Father. Yahushua is always on the right hand of the Father. Always. Imaya is next to Yahuwah. That is Yahuwah's wife. Yahuwah and Imaya is husband and wife. That is his wife. That is her husband. Right? That is what he specifically speak in the scripture. And he spoke about blaspheming Imaya, blaspheming the Holy Spirit. If you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, there is no forgiveness. It is in the scripture. And if you blaspheme her, his wife, if you blaspheme his wife, Imaya, there is no forgiveness. He will not forgive you. And she will have no remorse for you for blaspheming her, because it is written. So that scripture is correct. So Earth is in the center of the universe. This area here is the universe. But Earth is a small flat Earth with a little a glass dome over it. A glass dome. I also have videos. Ying Chin. I also have videos that you can look at. This. I have videos where live. My God. I have live videos. Yeah, live videos of the dome itself. I have a live video with the dome, right? Showing the dome, live video with the dome. So, the Father, the Mother, the Son, Earth is a family, triune, eternal family. You understand? So there are three witnesses. Three. There are three witnesses. Three witnesses. Not two. Not two. There are three witnesses, and I explain it here. There are three witnesses, and the first witness is Eliyahu, and the second is two females. So one, Eliyahu represents Yahuwah. The other female witness represents Imaya, and the last female represents Lord Yahushua. Oh, come on now, man, Facebook. Stop blowing out the blasted thing. Right? So Eliyahu, which is Elijah, represents the Father. The second witness represents Imaya, and the third witness represents Yahushua. So there is three witnesses, not two. Right? There is three witnesses, not two witnesses. And together is Elohim. So Elohim is the triune eternal family. The triune means the trine eternal family. The family that the world reject. Let me find the other one with Mexico. I did another drawing. With Mexico. Before I show you all the storm. The one I did for the storm, I did one. So I could find it. I think it's supposed to be somewhere in this. I'm just looking for it here. I did one. Right. Look with your own eyes. Spiritual eyes, that is, right? You see where Mexico is? Watch. Mexico fault line connects to the main core of Yellowstone. Alright? Mexico, the earthquake that happened in Mexico was a 7.1. And I think it was a 8.2 before the 7.1. So before the 7.1 earthquake happened, Mexico earthquake affects Yellowstone badly. This is Antarctica here. This is where the Jesuit, where the elite bunker is. The elite bunker is in Antarctica. This is where the elite bunkers is in Antarctica. You realize I put Japan here? Japan had a earthquake too. Japan also had a recent hurricane too. You see where Nigeria is? All these places I picked, all these places that I explained to you all had a disaster recently. The Caribbean outstanding. If you realize I didn't put the Caribbean because the Caribbean outstanding. Trinidad is connected to Yellowstone. London, UK, Italy, England, America, they are all connected to Yellowstone because Yellowstone is a major nuclear time bomb. If you see here, you see Africa. You see Africa. Africa is connected to Yellowstone. All places on this flat earth is connected to Yellowstone. India is connected to Yellowstone. You see, all places is connected to Yellowstone. See where the USA is? What they call the fault line is actually a vein. So what they call the fault line is a vein. You know, everybody should be listening to this. You should have at least a lot of people listening to this live right about now. But maybe they're just waiting to, maybe they're just waiting to, you know, maybe they're just waiting for more information. So go back on the YouTube channel and brag about what Yasomina. I'm going to draw today what happens to the ocean. All right. I just doing it in my own way again, and I'll just put this as Brazil, and all the waters is connected together except the separation with the two different waters in the Atlantic Ocean that doesn't meet together, right? But all ocean connected together for a reason, right? All of the water may be different colors. It doesn't mean to say they're not connected. All of them, all of the oceans connected together. That's right, like a body. So, let's see if I can see it. So, this is Brazil. This is the ocean.
Location, RFI, erupt,
right? This is Brazil.
13 minutes ago.
This is the ocean here. And let me say this is the storm. In the storm, there's an eye. There's a what they call an eye wall. This is storm here. This is what they do. This is what Abbadiel does. And I'm gonna put I'll put a funnel cloud. So they use a funnel, and the funnel touchdowns come down like this, come down to the ocean, spreads out like this, and takes up how much gallons of water they want. This is Maria. I call in the storm Maria. I call it Maria. This is Maria here. This is a dangerous category. There's a category. Let me say there's a category 3. There's a category 3 from the outside. They need as much water to dump on the land. This is the land here. That is, you see, this is the land here. See, like it destroy it. You understand? This is the land. So there's the land, right? There's the sea, there's the land. I want you to understand what I'm drawing here. This is Hurricane Maria. She need as much water. She need as much water to moist here. Here, this eye wall here need to be moist. So what they do is, from the hurricane itself, a funnel cloud is being sent down. No, a funnel cloud, you know what I want to say, right? It's sent down into the ocean. It's being sent down in the ocean, and it takes up water. It takes up water, and the water is being sucked up all through here, and when it reaches here, there's a process that takes place. Let me just draw it out. Let's see if I can draw it. Right, when it reach here, water spout, right? Water spout. There's a water spout, right? There's a water spout. It takes the water from the ocean, stores it up. As I tell you all, it goes through a process. So this is the water from the sea, and the water is being sucked up. When it reaches here, there's a process that takes place. What happens here is it liquefies. So the water, when the water from the sea is being sucked up here, it liquefies
Location,
here,
65
and then
kilometers
it
north of
goes
Chile,
in the
Alaska,
core of the
minor,
hurricane,
magnitude 2.0,
right? The
14
water is
minutes
being
ago.
sucked into here, and then it goes all around here, and then it goes all around here. It's a category 3, right? It's a category 3 there right now. In order to get a category 4, they need to send down a next funnel. So the funnel will work together. So once they send down a next funnel, let me say they send down a next funnel, the funnel is connected according to where it is. So they send down a next funnel, and the funnel is connected. You have more water here now. You have more water. You have more water here right now. Right? So you have more water here to help the storm, to help the hurricane go on. What happens now when the hurricane come in? Let me say the hurricane going to, let me say it going to Virgin, I'll say Virgin Islands, right?
Earthquake of magnitude 5.1 from
Islands,
5.0 location, Reykjavik. Pass.
Hope you
moderate
understand
depth,
my
12
writing.
kilometers, 24 minutes
So
to
this
go.
is Virgin Island land. The hurricane is coming towards the Virgin Islands. This is what happens when the hurricane nearly reach. There's a release. There's a valve. Now there is a valve that is being released here. So wherever they want to pour the water down, the valve is being released. Let me show you how the valve is. There is a valve here in the eye. There's a valve. There's a lock and valve. You ever see a lock and valve? Let me see if I could draw it. All right. It goes like this, and then I think it goes back to front like this. And then it draws like this, I think. Right. That is the lock. That is the valve. I'll watch it good. I'll put Hurricane Maria. Right. So this is Hurricane Maria. For those who are not joining us and don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about discussing about Hurricane Maria, and when she meet Jose, what will happen, right? I'm just explaining the simple tips that Abba taught me to teach you all today. So this is Hurricane Maria here, and this will be the right. I call it the funnel, but you call it a different name. I just can't remember right now, right? This is a lock. This a lock valve. This valve is locked in the eye wall of the storm. So there is water in a liquid form here. When it nearly reached the island, when it projected part is, this is the projected part. The valve here is being released. And when moisture or when air gets in the lock valve, the water becomes like normal water. It becomes like normal seawater in there, right? And what they do is they release the valve. And when they release the valve, according to the eye of the hurricane and the wind speed of the hurricane, the water is being dispersed, like shoot, like let me show you all that. The water is being shoot out like this. All over the country. The water is being released like this. That's how the water is being released. From Maria or from Irma or from Harvey is the same process that takes place. So what happening in Brazil Ocean now? That's right. When the water in Brazil gone, this side of the water gone. There is no ocean here because all the water is being sucked up here and kept in the core of the hurricane. So once the water is being kept in the core of the hurricane, whenever they choose to release it again, they will they will actually release the valve. When I say they, I mean Elohim, the Almighty God, because they are the ones that created the storm, the hurricane. They are the ones that control the hurricane. HAP have nothing to do with this. HAP cannot do this. Okay? Get this in your thick skull. HAP cannot do this. This is Almighty God. Right? This is Almighty God. This is His doing. This is Elohim's work. They are the Almighty God, and they are the ones that are doing this. So the water that's missing from Brazil, it is in Maria. And what Maria is going to do, Maria is going to feed Jose. Maria is going to feed Jose some of her water, and together a water spout is going to come down in New York and suck up all the water that they could suck up. All the water that they could suck up. And while that happening, there will be an earthquake. I don't have room to draw all that now because I cannot draw it, cannot strip it. But anyhow, I just want to show you all. I just telling you all what happens. This is what happened. You ever see our water hose that spray out? You ever see our water hose that spray out? But the same thing that's happened. Same thing that's happened with a hurricane. The water spouts that be. So when the water spouts come down, the water spouts collect the water. The amount of water to transport the storm, they need the water spout. So when the water spout is being sent down here, which I call a funnel, it sucks up how much water it needs to empower the hurricane. So when the winds that rotate in here, this is the winds that rotate in.
2 minutes ago.
Alright, I want to tell you, Imaya is the almighty wind. This is the wind that is rotating with the hurricane. And this is the lock valve. There's a valve that locks in. Remember I told you all, when the water is being taken up in a water spout, it is being processed. Before it goes into the core, it is processed. Why I think the reason why birds just go, why I think birds just go in the eye of the hurricane and stay. This is a question I want to ask you all. Why you think that birds, why you think birds just go in the eye of the hurricane when there's a hurricane? I want you all to answer me this. Why it is that birds just go in the eye of the hurricane. This is here, this is lock, and this is lock valve. This is actually the safest part in the hurricane. Although it is the eye, it is a deadly part. It could be deadly according to where it hit, right? According to where it hit. But once this valve is unlocked, the amount of water being stored up or taken from here, the ocean, it will be dispersed all over the land, and it will be dispersed not in 5 liter, not in 5 gallon. It will be dispersed in thousands of gallons. You didn't see what happened to Harvey? The amount of water they take from the Atlantic Ocean was more than this. In order to flood out Texas, Abraham had was to take about, they may take about 1 million gallons of water from the Atlantic Ocean, store it up in the core of Harvey. I call it Maria, but it's Harvey here. Store it up in Harvey. Harvey was a category 3 according to the wind speed. When the wind started to take up, when the Maya started to move within the hurricane, and she locked the water inside of this valve, she carried the hurricane direct to Texas, and then she released the valve, and then she flooded out everywhere. She used the wind to disperse the water, she used the wind to disperse the water, and the water is falling in thousands of gallons, and it's flooding quickly. It's in flooding 1 hour it go take to flood. It's flooding by the minutes. So every 3 minutes water rises, because the amount of water is in this system. The amount of water is in this system right now. When they're ready to release it, she released the valve. This is a valve. Most YouTubers don't know anything by teaching here. And scientists can't even explain this to you all. Nobody on the earth could explain this but me. Scientists they can't even explain it for you all. Because they don't know one shit. They don't know nothing. Right? This is Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Harvey. I'm just teaching you all about what happens. This is the Virgin Islands and this is what happened. Water from the Hurricane Maria flooded out, and the wind speed. The speed of the hurricane rotating. Remember, it rotating. And once it rotated, it taking up a certain amount of air or moisture within it. When it reaches the location that it wants to dump water, or where the eye is going to pass, that is when the valve is being released. So if the eye is passing over the Virgin Islands, the valve will be unlocked, and all this water here stored up, all the water stored up here will be dispersed in thousands of gallons.
7 kilometers west,
And the
northwest of
wind
Agentina, Alaska, class
that they have in here, the wind, it will pull the wind from the east, it will pull the wind from the west, it will pull the wind from the north, it will pull the wind from the south, and this is what you will have. You will have like a turbine. You ever hear about a turbine before? You ever heard about a turbine? This is a turbine. This is how the storm really looks. This is a turbine. This turbine is what generates the water and the wind in the hurricane itself. Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Harvey.
Location, Switzerland, class micro, magnitude 1.0.
Let's take a look at what you're seeing here right now. Nobody on the earth could explain this the way. Scientists baffled. They can't even answer. But this is what's happening. That way the water gone. When Maria meets Jose, when Maria meets Jose and they merge together, all the water they take from Brazil, the water they take from Bahamas, the water they take from Florida, they're going to take the water again and they're going to use it for both hurricanes. Both hurricanes, the water is going to, when two of them merge together, we're talking about two turbines, we're talking about two eyes, and we're talking about two systems joined together. I'll show you all here. The two systems joined together and taking up when this funnel comes down, water spout. When this water spout comes down here, takes up the water, it go through a process here, and from that process it is dispersed through here, and it becomes a liquid form. Right? It becomes a liquid form. Well, it becomes actually like isolated. It becomes like isolated, but it's just, you'll just begin cold winds out of here. In this core, you'll just begin cool winds. It could be very, very cool. Right? It could be very, very cool. When it reaches the destination that it's going, which will be the Virgin Islands, and the eye comes over Virgin Islands, the water disperses from here and comes on the land and start flooding out the land. Everywhere that it could go according to the magnitude of the earthquake, according to the magnitude of the hurricane, according to the magnitude of the hurricane, is a category 3, it might go to a category 5. Now, when it goes to a category 5, dangerous. But the only way you will get a category 7 hurricane is if 2 hurricanes merge together. If 2 hurricanes merge together, you will get a category 7. And that is dangerous. That could cause a tsunami. That could also cause a tsunami because the water could rise quickly. So in order, Abbadiel could either use a hurricane to do the tsunami, or they could use an earthquake to do the tsunami. And what they could do is use the ocean as a bed, like this, so it penetrates, and they create an earthquake right here, and then they could use the plate, rise the plates to a certain order, and when the plate is being raised to a certain order, then flush the water into onto the land. They could do that, or they could use a hurricane. They could use a hurricane to cause a tsunami. A hurricane could cause a tsunami, but it's according to the magnitude of the wind and of the amount of water that the water spout take in. This is like, if you want to destroy the land, you use a hurricane. If you just want to destroy a small country, use a hurricane. You know what I mean? Use a hurricane. Look, I'm not teaching this. I am not teaching us to people to go back and say,
23 kilometers northwest
go back
of
and
Ludlow,
say
California,
they
class
learn
micro,
this.
magnitude
I'm
1.4,
teaching this so
3
at
minutes
least
ago.
Yahuwah could get credit, Imaya could get credit, Yahushua could get credit, and I could get credit. I am teaching this so that you can know exactly that NASA don't know one shit. That the weatherman ain't know one shit. So the water that receives in Brazil goes towards the storm, goes towards the hurricane. So the water that missing in Brazil, that gone in Brazil, funnel clouds came down without you knowing and took the water, transported the water. The water was transported by a funnel cloud, by a water spout. The water from Brazil was transported by a water spout, I say in funnel cloud, by a funnel cloud, or by a water spout, or by a funnel spout. The water was transported by a funnel cloud, and it was transported by the wind. Yes, it was transported by the wind. When it comes closer to the hurricane, there is something called a bridge. There is a bridge, a valve, a little something that happens in there, supernatural. Something happens supernatural there, where Yahuwah, they breaks down the water here and turn it into a liquid kind of gas form. When it's being turned into a liquid kind of gas form, it's being isolated within the eye of the storm, and it is within the vault. When they release the valve, when they release the vault, when they release the valve, which I call the vault, when they release the vault, this is what happens. Water dispersed like a hose. You know, like when you have a hose with with tiny holes. Well, this is what happened. Right? This is what I call it again. This is a turbine. This is what generates the eye. This generates the eye. This generates the system to rotate the earthquake. This is called a turbine. So this is a turbine here that generates the wind speed to keep the hurricane alive.
Location 7 kilometers southwest
Forget,
of Island,
don't
California.
study them on this hot water shit. They say the hurricane need to go in hot water and all sort of rubbish. Don't study them on that shit, please. Right? Whenever Yahuwah choose, Yahuwah could even do a hurricane in a winter season. A hurricane could happen in a winter season too. They could just use snow in the same eye and disperse it with winds. They could use a hurricane and create a catastrophic snowstorm. They could use this. Waiting does cause a snowstorm. It's the same pattern. The same pattern that I'm showing you all here is the same thing, brothers and sisters. What is geostorm? Okay, I need you all to ask. I talk too much. I talk really plenty. You see how the sun is. How the sun looking good, right? So I explained to you all about this. The water receding in Brazil. This is the reason why. Today I'll put a date on this so I remember. Today is the 23rd of Sep. I'll put 2017. Right? So this is the 23rd of September 2017. This is the illustration that nobody on the earth understands. You know, if I receive the credit, nobody on the earth could understand this. Yes, Sister Brenda, right?
Earthquake downgrade is to from 5 location 7 kilometers west northwest of Trinidad.
Alright, take a snapshot of this.
Earthquake downgrade is to
You can take a snapshot of this teaching. Drawings kind of out, but see what, Okay, so this is the drawing here of everything that I've explained to you all. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Hi Crystal, you have any question? Juanita, any questions? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Yes, they're going to experience. That's right, they have no limit. Once it being stored up here, it could go as long as possible. That's the reason why Jose still exists. If you realize Jose is on the west coast of America right now. Jose is on the west coast waiting for Maria. Everybody actually think that Jose waiting to pull Maria out to the sea, but that is a lie. Jose is not waiting to pull Maria out from the sea, because America is going to be under a more greater judgment when these two storms merge. When these two storms merge, it's going to head straight into New York, and who knows what could happen, right? They will not be separating after that. We have Lee. We have a storm called Lee. We have a hurricane called Lee. I think it's a category 1. We have a hurricane called Lee, and he just there. He ain't moving. But he moving according to the speed of Maria. So according to Maria's speed, we have Lee moving with Maria. Then we have another one called, I can't remember the new name, but there's a new hurricane, and it's a category 1 that the meteorologist office, the media, they're not talking about the new hurricane that it have. It have a new hurricane, and it's a category 1 already, and it is not far from Brazil. All year, there's a hurricane not far from Brazil. That's right, Jose have a lot of water stored up in him. You see, what keeps the hurricane alive is the water. Water is life, right? Water is life. The water is the seawater that they're processing here is life. The water empowers the hurricane. The water. So when this water is liquid form, it empowers the eye. This is the eye wall here. This is where the strength of the hurricane really is. The strength of the hurricane is within the eye wall. But birds just go in the eye hole, the eye to hide from the heavy wind. Because remember, the dispersion is happening under the hurricane. So under the hurricane that's spinning, there are big holes. Big holes like what I was showing here. Big holes. Got big holes. Big holes. This is called a turbine. And it rotates in a clockwise position. This is how the hurricane goes. So this part going so, and this part going so. So it's going in a clockwise position, while the turbine here, the turbine going in this direction, the turbine going in this direction, and the eye wall going in this direction. If you realize how I draw it, that's how it goes. They doesn't teach all of the truth, you know. This is the way how the hurricane rotates. This is the outside. This is the turbine. This is the eye wall of the hurricane. And what happens here is a rotation, a clockwise rotation. So while this side going so, this side going so. So while this side going so, this side going so. So it always a clockwise position with hurricane. The bird can stay in the hurricane as long as possible because in the eye of the hurricane and in the eye wall of the hurricane from above, they could seek refuge in there because that is the eye wall. We're talking about under the hurricane. Under the hurricane, under this thing here, let me just show you an example. This bottle, there's the hurricane, right? The hurricane spinning like this. This is the turbine. This is the turbine of the hurricane spinning. And within the turbine of the hurricane, this is the eye wall. So when the turbine spinning this way, the eye wall spinning so. So you know what happening there, right? So it generating power. It generating using the wind, the water to empower the earthquake. According to they're using the resource. Using the resource from the earth, which is water. They could also use a tornado. How tornadoes created is the same way. How tornadoes does be is the same way. You see, the difference between a tornado and a storm, a tornado have no eye. We know that, right? So the difference between a tornado and a storm, a tornado have no eye whatsoever, and the tornado have the tornado don't have the inside part here to call it a storm. The tornado have this. The tornado have what I call the turbine. The tornado have the turbine outside here that generates the speed it might come along with. So it gather all the winds up here in a tornado. It gather all the winds up here, and then the same valve that you see here that using for the water spout, this valve comes down with the wind, whatever they have in here, wherever they stop in the turbine. It's the same thing like the storm, is just different. So wherever they store up here, whether it's sand or wind, wherever they store up here, it comes down from the heaven, comes down to the land, like in a rotate spinning. It's the same turbine that has been spinning, and when the turbine is spinning here,
New Zealand, minor,
remember there's no eye, there's no eye, so there's no water being stored in here. This is not a hurricane, this is a tornado. So when the tornado comes down, it only forming with this part, because this part is the rotating part. You don't need an eye because it's not a hurricane. This part is the rotating part, and the winds in here will pick up any other thing, anything that they choose. And then when the valve is unlocked, when this valve here, remember I'll show you all, there's a valve. When this valve is unlocked, the pressure that is stored up in here is released. And when the pressure is released, it comes down spinning. and it takes anything in its path. That is how a tornado happens. Right? So if we decide to remove, remember, without a turbine, this hurricane cannot survive. Don't study them on this shit. I mean, they'll teach you science, which is bullshit. Right? I don't teach you astrology and all them rubbish. I teaching you, this is the model that the creator, this is the model that the creator created it to be. This is how it is in real life. My drawing kind of messed up, but thank you all for watching my live. Please remember to share it because it is very important. And please remember to share it with my name, right? So that people, that they can come back to this live and maybe they can learn something from it, you know. So I'm taking your questions now. What is the next question? You have a question about this? Anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, please state your question. That's right. Tornado is a dry storm and hurricane is a wet storm. Wow. Angela, that is awesome. That is awesome. So now you understand. And the tornado sometimes brings water with it. Sometimes bring water, but there is no eye. There is no eye in a tornado. So what happens here, I told you all, the moisture from the air, the whatever moisture is getting kept in the turbine. So the turbine here is rotating, but there is no eye because this is not a hurricane, this is a tornado. And this is the dry air here. This is dry air. Right, dry air, which stuffs up in here, and when it is released, it releases in a force, and it releases in a spinning force because the turbine still spinning it. You know, so the turbine spinning still, and the air, it's just like a compressor, right? This just like a compressor. If you don't know what's a compressor, you can research what is a compressor. This is like 1,000 psi. This air is 1,000 psi right now. Our droid is 1,000 psi, and you can go higher than that according to the wind speed. So this is 1,000 psi, right? If you want to call it 100 psi, then it needs to be drawn smaller. This is 1,000 psi right here. Now this psi, the wind, the moisture from the air is being gathered up in here, sucked up in here, and then when it builds a certain maximum, or when it builds a certain average, then it releases here. When it releases here, this part's still spinning. So what that means is, since this part's still spinning, the wind that is inside of it, the air that is inside of it, becomes whatever it needs to be. If it needs to be dust, well then it will pick up dust from the earth and it will come inside of here. And what happens? It will empower it, just like water. It will empower it. So what they're doing is they're using the resources that they created. Sun is also a resource. Water is a resource. Fire is a resource. Right? If you know all the elements that created this earth, if you know the elements that created this earth, then you will understand how storms is formed. Then you understand how hurricanes is formed. Then you will understand how tornadoes is formed. Then you will have an understanding how to do certain things. I'm not saying anything more because I think that NASA going and take this. I need to shut my mouth. You know why? Because the last illustration that I did concerning Yellowstone, NASA took that illustration. And in that illustration, I showed you all how to get to the core of Yellowstone. And I even show you all how it's possible to deactivate Yellowstone. But I didn't tell you all anything. But they understand it. The enemy that's been watching my lives. We have 17 people on live. This is so important. This is real important. You know, sometimes it's be kind of discouraging that you only have 18 people on live. What I'm teaching you all, money can't buy it. What I'm teaching you all, nobody ain't coming to teach you all this. Elijah ain't coming to teach you all this. And I promise you all before I leave to go home, that I will show you all how a storm is formed. Boom, and there's it right here. Right illustration. Right? So this is the illustration here that you need to understand. Right, start taking questions now. Any questions? Any questions? Yes, the enemy is stealing my info. That's the reason why they want to try to deactivate Yellowstone, because they learned that from me. Yes, today is Yahushua's birthday, and Yahushua is 10,000 years old. I think on a live last year, I think I did announce that Yahushua's birthday is on September the 23rd. September the 23rd is Yahushua universal birthday. Yahushua is 10,000 years old now. Right? So Yahushua is 10,000 years old. Right? Before this birthday, Yahushua was 9,000 years old. Yahushua is 10,000 years old. Yahushua do not celebrate birthday. In heaven, nobody celebrates birthday. You say, why did just the Nile turn blood red, but no Addison waters last week? Nathaniel, I don't understand what you're asking me. Well, the government wanted Nicola dead because he knew too much. So Nicola was assassinated too. They was assassinated just like the doctors and them were killing out. Those doctors was assassinated. Right? All the doctors that they killing out, and they killing these doctors, and you know, they kill Sibo. He was he used to help help cure cancer and all this kind of thing. Well, the big pharma didn't like that, and they kill him. Right? They kill all these doctors that discover that cancer, what causes cancer, and how to stop cancer, and how to heal cancer, what you could do to get better. All these all these doctors were assassinated. If you realize recently, one of the doctors was assassinated because he speak up against cancer. Anytime you speak up against the enemy, they want to kill you. They want to take you out. But if you are not secure in Elohim, they will kill you. If you are secure in Elohim, they can't touch you. Right? They can't touch. That's the difference. The difference is you being secure in Elohim and you not being so secure in Elohim. Because if you are not being secure in Elohim, you're in trouble. You're in real trouble. The enemy will torment you. If you are secure in Elohim, the angels of the Lord will encamp around those who fear Elohim. Those who fear Elohim in love. Those who respect the commandments. Those who live according to their commandments. Those who live righteous. They are the children of the Most High. Yahushua bride is in the spirit. James, don't talk that so hard now, bro.
Location,
Hey James, you should send my friend request, bro.
California, plus micro,
But James, don't talk that so hard. Don't let them know why join. Nicola tried to explain this to them. They didn't wanted him to discover that, and they don't want the people to know the truth about this. This is the truth. And you could also use this also to generate electricity. You see, because this is a turbine. This is a turbine. This could generate electricity. Yes. This could generate electricity because this turbine is spinning, and this valve and this open and close valve is always interlocking with each other, right? Touching one another, the components touching one another. That causing a surge storm. We call a surge storm, right? They call it a surge storm. Anytime electricity gets inside of here, it will become a surge storm. It means electricity storm. Right? An electricity storm. That's right. So this is Maria here, which is a category 3 right about now. She weakened our category 3 to go to Jose. When she reached to Jose and they merged together, that will be an unprecedented destruction. That will be a destruction for New York City. Also, the volcano Yellowstone will be affected by this. You know why Yellowstone is being affected by storm, hurricane, earthquake, or volcano? When a volcano comes down, it touches the fault line.
19 kilometers NW,
according to the magnitude of the turbine that is happening right here, according to the turbine that is generating the electricity here, when the tornado comes down and touches the land, it touches the fault line. It don't necessarily touch the tectonic plate. The tectonic plate is a different scenario all by itself. But when the volcanoes come down, sorry, not volcanoes, when the tornado comes down, the force it comes down with it actually interferes with the fault line that running beneath the surface of the earth. So there are fault lines running beneath the surface of the earth, and if a hurricane too, if the eye is over a particular island, and that island have a volcano, that volcano become active. Right now there is a volcano in Virgin Islands, but it will not be erupting now. There is a volcano in Virgin Islands, but yeah, decided to destroy them in a different way. Virgin Islands is destroyed, Puerto Rico is destroyed, and soon, very soon, America will be destroyed, completely destroyed. America will be underwater. Wow, I didn't see what I draw here, but this looks awesome. This looks like a foot. I didn't see it before. What the heck? So that's a little illustration. Drawing what I'm seeing in the spirit right
Location,
now.
13 kilometers south-southwest of California, 1.4, 2 minutes
A
ago.
drawing from the spirit point of view. Shalom to you, Seven. Zilai. Chile. Oh, look at that. A multi-turbine. When Hurricane Jose and Maria meet together, when the two turbines gather together, they whirlwind. That will generate winds and electricity. That will generate lightning bolts. That will generate devious lightning bolts, because the electricity cannot be contained in here, will be shoot out like a fountain out of the storm or the hurricane. Right? See all these points here that I'll show you all? That is where the water does come out, or the wind does be dispersed out from here. Electricity will also be coming out from here.
Location,
See these points? Electricity will be coming out from here.
10 minutes ago.
Now, I didn't see the foot before. It just appeared. I didn't draw the foot like this before, but
Location, Mindanao, Philippines.
it was
Fast
drawn.
minor, magnitude 3.5, 11
This is
minutes
what
ago.
Yahuwah is showing me right about now. Maria meeting Jose could be a category 7 earthquake. When they merge
Earthquake
together,
downgraded to 1.1 from
if
1.4,
Abbadiel decide to
location,
keep these
12
hurricanes
kilometers
going
southwest of Seoul
and
Valley,
use an
California,
earthquake,
fast
if they
micro,
use
5
an
minutes ago.
earthquake, if they use an earthquake, New York could be devastated. They don't want it like that. They want a tsunami. A tsunami 700 feet high. So what they could do, they could use an earthquake here. Yeah? They could use an earthquake here, let me say a 10.1, just to raise the plate. Use some of the water from the ocean and use some of the water from Maria and Jose together and disperse it on New York City. And the water will be coming in faster because you have electricity here, you have water here, and water and electricity is two different conductors. If you don't know, water is a conductor of electricity. If you put your foot, I'm not telling you to do this, please don't do this. Do not try this at home. Do not ever try this because you will get electrocuted. Okay? For example, if you take an electric wire or your foot mysteriously or your hand wet and you touch a plug that is electrified by electricity, you will get shocked. If your hand wet, you will get shocked. Right? Our bodies is also conductor of electricity. If you don't know, our body is just like conductors of electricity. I just drawing what is in the spirit right now, so you know at least people can share it. You know, I know it's a cool drawing, but you know, if we could get it on YouTube, and the people could come back to my page and they can maybe ask some questions, you know, get it on YouTube and get it out there, but let her come back and ask me questions. You know what I mean, Nathaniel? Okay, anybody have any questions? Any questions?
Southeast of Laytonville, California, fast minor 2 minutes ago.
Who going to marry King Yahushua and his bride? Abba Yahuwah and Mother Imaya. Yahuwah is going to give up his mantle to Yahushua. Right? Yahushua will have his own kingdom. Hi Shirley. Any newbies want to ask a question? Anybody who's new want to ask a question, Shirley? Anybody who's new want to ask a question? Yes, brother Seven. Just like a fan. It's just like a fan, but just this part here rotating clockwise. It's not rotating the way how this part of the way how this yes, because you know where we come before America is underwater. That's right. Yes, Crystal. Yes, it will happen. Remember, everything is in line with Yellowstone. Everything is in line with Yellowstone because Yellowstone is the Revelation 12 sign. The Revelation 12 sign is Yellowstone. Right? Not no stupid constellations. Not no Vogo going and make the wrongs and some kind of shit like that. Like shit, sis. Right? Yellowstone is Revelation 12 prophecy. Once she blow, once she give birth, that is it. There's no need for California to exist and all them other places. That will be wiped off the map. And once Yellowstone explode, that is it. And I also explained about the sinkholes. Look, I have teach you all a lot, you know. I also explained about the sinkholes. Let me see if I can find that drawing. Excuse me. About the sinkholes. Is this it? The drawing about the sinkholes. I did another drawing about the sinkholes, right? This is a drawing of the plates, the fault lines and everything, right? Everything that I've talked about the sixth wave, it happened. So the sixth wave of glory already passed. We're waiting for the seventh wave to pass through the earth, right? The seventh wave is the final trumpet, all right? Let's take a look. You see the MG, that's magnitude, eh? Right, so I have these sinkholes here. Right? You see it mark sink, see it mark S, the S is for sinkhole. Right? This is a sinkhole, this is a sinkhole. Everywhere you see SH is a sinkhole. There's a sinkhole, there's a sinkhole, there's a sinkhole. All sinkhole is connected to Revelation 12, which is Yellowstone. Right? Yellowstone is created for a purpose, was created for a purpose to bring America under judgment, complete judgment. This is where the scripture comes in, that the day that is burning like an oven, where all the wicked will be burnt up. Right? You know that scripture, right? You know that scripture?
Location.
Do you know that scripture?
4, plus, minus,
Where it
magnitude,
states that,
2.1,
I think it's in Daniel, yeah. Where all the wicked will be burnt up. That day is coming, burning like an oven. Burning like an oven. Yellowstone is the oven. Burning like an oven. Burning like an oven. Burning like an oven. Yellowstone is the oven. Ring a bell? Ring a bell to you? Revelation 12 is Yellowstone. Not no Vogo shit.
Location,
All I'm going and see that shit going and happen. No Vogo shit ain't going to happen. Right? Because it is wrong and it is foolish and it is astrology. Astrology is witchcraft. Right? Yellowstone is Revelation 12 sign. That is what you're supposed to be looking forward for. Yellowstone. Yellowstone has a womb. And I explained about the SH. The SH is sinkhole. The reason for the sinkholes and the magnitude and depth of the sinkholes is because when Yellowstone explodes, it need a drain out now. You know what I mean? When Yellowstone explodes, the sinkhole will serve the purpose of running in places that Yellowstone cannot reach. So all the places that have a sinkhole, the sinkhole is connected to Yellowstone somehow. Somehow the sinkholes is connected to Yellowstone, because when Yellowstone explode, lava will be flowing out of the sinkholes. Whether the sinkhole is in England, Trinidad, wherever the sinkhole is, That depth of the sinkhole is connected to Yellowstone, and the vein of Yellowstone
Earthquake
runs from the
upgraded to
sinkhole
1.9
straight
from
into Yellowstone.
1.7 location.
Do you ever
9 kilometers
understand?
north of Naden, Oklahoma, past Mike Road 6 minutes ago.
Right? So we have an understanding there. Oh yeah. Some of you may be wondering, where is this? This is a solar eclipse. Our next solar eclipse will be happening very soon. There will be a next solar eclipse before 2024. The world ain't going to survive 2024. But I'm just telling you all that the solar eclipse, there will be another solar eclipse to happen.
Well, this is I'm in the person outside like Sasha. Then, black red forever, then. Anyway, let's talk about the walking up in the concrete jungle, not into a sinner. Not even the example, but then the light in the Lord, the Lord is not also meditate night. This shall be like a cheap valley by the rivers of water that bring forth in the season of whatsoever shall lose and pass by and over. The wicked are not so like a sharp with the wind drive it away. Therefore, the wicked shall not stand in the congregation of the righteous, not a judgment. Anybody hear me say lava?
As I lay myself to sleep, Lord. Oh, I pray my soul you'll keep. If I should die before I awake, I hope my soul you'll accept, Jah. Yeah. But Lucifer is roaming with his eyes wide open, trying to destroy the children, your children, Jah. You see that man called Satan? He got some wicked intentions, and you know he is going down for his sins, and he wants us to go with him. But I know Jah.
Do you know Jah? Yeah. I know Jah. Yeah. Do you know Jah? Wow. Anyway, but tell them man lili me dololo man solo to see lili pray the dololo man solo to kill lili if I see da la before la we lili pray the dololo man solo to tell lili many ya kolololom many ya galalalan bibi de la fina baba bi la solo da la light and do lo da la fire go burn them with and smoke. Do you know Jah? Yeah. I know Jah.
Your love is pouring down. And I can see Satan is going down. Jah is giving us his wonderful blessing. Now. My people come now. What's gonna go bow?
Land is my la will see my him is my shepherd, I will never go back. Him will protect me in the night and evil lost people make man turn away. For his congregation is in a holy mountain. Glorious kings and spoken of the brother, where I respect him as the Almighty King Selassie. Get them out. Do you know Jah? Yeah. I know Jah. Anyway. Yeah, papa, oh mama, yeah, papa, oh mama, yeah, dada, oh.
into the new Yerushalayim. And welcome and good evening, good morning, good night, good morning again to everyone, and welcome to my live today of Exposure. Today's live is going to be a little different because I want to teach you all something. So make sure you share this live. So you're going to learn something new today. Life will be a little different. What I was going to do, I can't do it because I don't have much people on the live yet. So I'll wait until I have enough people on the live to bring that exposure forward.
Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class moderate, magnitude 5.5, depth 10 kilometers, 10 minutes ago.
All help from is passing, all help from you to go, without whom I could not be. When you're trying to leave out of your life, I wouldn't be so unwise, and so I promise to serve thee, oh my Lord, and I beg thee some mercy.
Worldwide alert. Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, magnitude 5.5, 11 minutes ago, 8:33 a.m.
Carry my heavy load, give me strength of that to carry on. Oh my Lord, life has become a burden, living in this evil system.
Earthquake downgraded to 1.4 from 1.6, location 12 kilometers south of Coso Junction, California, class micro, 5 minutes ago.
Some are trying to leave you out of your life, but I wouldn't be.
Earthquake downgraded to 5.1 from 5.5, location Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class moderate, depth 33 kilometers, 11 minutes ago. Location Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class moderate, magnitude 5.1, depth 33 kilometers, 11 minutes ago. Location Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class moderate, magnitude 5.1, depth 33 kilometers, 11 minutes ago. Location Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class moderate, magnitude 5.1, depth 33 kilometers, 12 minutes ago.
Give me strength that I can make my stand above the sinking sail. When you're trying to leave you out of your life, but I wouldn't be so unwise, and so I promise to serve thee with all my heart, and I'm begging thee mercy.
Earthquake downgraded to 4.6 from 5.1, location Northern Mid-Atlantic ridge, class light 12 minutes ago.
Give me strength, oh Jah, to carry on. Oh my Lord, Jah. Creation God. See Abba, is hard, is it hard,
His strength, His victory strengthened, and all who call on Him prepare the way. Prepare the way. King Yahushua, prepare the. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Let the King of glory enter in. Hallelujah. We're going to see the full 100 manifestation of Elohim, divine eternal kingdom manifesting in the heavens. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Are you ready for the rapture? Are you ready for the get to know? Yeah, this for all frauds out there who say that I don't have the power to rise the sun, that I don't have the power to clear the clouds, and I don't have the power to bring forth the glory of Elohim. So this is for all the frauds like Bobby Allen and all the rest of them, all the rest of fallen ones. I told you that I'm coming against you. I told you that I'm coming for you, and it will be open exposure, and I'm going to take it real further. All right, let's put them at the side because I'm a stretch stance. All right. So what I'm going to do here today is to teach you some real revelations that Abba has revealed to me. Abba has revealed some revelations, some other revelations through this. And I'm going to teach you all the fundamentals of the kingdom of Elohim. I'm going to teach you all some deeper secrets of Elohim's kingdom. And I'm also going to teach you why the Illuminati is using that star called the Baphomet star, the same star that Israel is using. All right. So this today live will be very important. So you shouldn't miss a step. As well as you know, Facebook put a cap on this live so the live can push viral to teach people the truth. Because there are people who envy me. You know what I mean? But I'm coming with my sword to take their necks, which will be in a few weeks from now. I will be coming for you. Alright, so today I'm going to teach you all something new. And if we have time, I'm also going to show you some exposure of some half-cracked people on Facebook who spreading rumors and lies against me as well. Alright, so let's begin. I'm going to teach you all some really deep things about the kingdom today, and I'm going to, of course, show you with my mouse. So make sure you see the mouse so that you can know exactly what I'm talking about, or what I'm going to talk about actually. Hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Make sure you share the last live, and now we're going to see 100% glory from Elohim's divine kingdom. Now when I say 100%, it doesn't mean, I'm not going to say this, but it doesn't mean that you're going to see Elohim face 100%, you know we will die. You're going to see their glory, because it is possible that you're going to see their glory 100% today. Over this life, your mind is going to be even more blown. Right, as you can see the rainbow, as you can see the rainbow here, the rainbow signifies the glory of Elohim, divine eternal kingdom, and they are going to manifest again. The sun is going to come back out differently, and we're going to see a different manifestation of the kingdom of Elohim. So yeah, invite as much people as possible, because this live is different and it's going to blow your mind away. Right? So yeah, brothers and sisters, let's start this worship. The sun is coming back out, and remember, screen pics is allowed, not for your personal use. Okay, so
forever He is faithful. How many can attest to His faithfulness even this week? Hallelujah. Our heart is full of gratitude for the faithfulness of the Lord.
Prepare the way.
straight path for me. Let the King of glory enter in. Let the King of glory enter. Is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty to save. The earth is full of His glory. Nation carried away. His love endureth forever. His power is without end. His strength is victorious strength.
Trust me, I don't want to miss this life.
All who call on Him prepare the way. It's a great song. Hallelujah. Prepare the way. Make straight path for you. Let the King of glory enter in. King of glory enter in. Is this King
So I could boast.
of glory?
What you're about to see, heathens. What you're about to see, all of you who doubt Elohim through me. This is no Wallachisi. This is no Christianity. This has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with obedience to Elohim, the holy, triune, eternal family. So what you're about to see is going to open your eyes even more.
The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty to save. The earth is full of His glory. Nation falls, carried away. His love,
Endure it forever.
His power is without end. His strength is victorious treasure. And all who fall on Him prepare the way.
Prepare the way. Hallelujah. So we're going to see the manifestation, full 100% of the glory of the kingdom of Yahushua. Yeah.
Northern Mid-Atlantic, fast, moderate depth, 20 kilometers, 20 minutes ago.
Who is this King of glory? Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty. His strength is victorious better. And all who hold on prepare the way. Prepare the way. Prepare the Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Prepare the way. It's coming. Prepare the way of the King of glory. Prepare the way of the Lion of Judah. He will turn cities upside down with His great glory.
at the Lord. Prepare the way of the Lord.
Forever he is faithful. How many can attest to his faithfulness even this week? Hallelujah. Our heart is full of gratitude for the faithfulness of the Lord.
So, share this live. Very soon, the Yahushua said that he will remove that blurry field that we're blocking out the heavens right now. It's because there's a veil. This way you see here is the veil. Right? This is the veil here. See the color of the veil? This is the veil here. And they're going to remove the veil just now. They're going to remove the veil. For a second. So share this live, and invite. Right now.
Let the King of Glory enter in. The King of Glory enter in.
You notice the sun becoming like a door, right? The sun is not a portal. Again, the sun is not a portal. And there's no fake sun or no sun stimulator. It's all lies from NASA. And this guy watchers and believe that bullshit. Alright. So here's what I need to do. Invite somebody to listen to this live. Let me teach you the real truth, right? The real truth, right? Let me teach you the real truth, the real undiluted truth, all right? And as I said before, if you have enough time, I want to teach you some other things. But today I want to teach you something a little new, or they might have an understanding about it, but I want to teach you a little something a little new. So what I need you to do is to invite someone to listen to this live. Again, this is the veil up here, as I was just saying. As you can see, faces started to manifest. And as you can see, different faces manifesting here. That is because the heaven is starting or beginning to manifest. Not only that, you can see numbers, you can see letters. So this is what I'm going to do. Since today will be a kind of sort of special day, I am going to, let me see if I could rotate it for you so that you can see it from a different angle. Once you see it from a different angle, you might understand what I'm teaching you right now. Alright, so let me see if I could see this from a different angle. Alright, let me see if I go flip. Alright, it's not that bright, but I just want to show you all something real quick. Now, as you can see, there's a letter here. This is a letter. This is a letter. Right? You can see the different letters here. You can see a letter manifesting. A letter is manifesting there. Alright? So we have to wait for it to actually come forth for us to see the clear manifestation of the letter. Alright, let me continue. The letter manifested now. The letter I'm seeing right about now is 1, 8. I've seen 1, 8. So that's like 81, right? It's 81. But if you look within the letter, you see a face within the letter, which means something, obviously, right? Alright, if you look up, which part you see my mouse is actually pointing here. As you can see, eye, nostrils, mouth. Face like this, right? Right? Face like this. First, I must say to everyone who watching out there, to the new ones, this is not no deception I'm teaching you all here. This is the Creator, Elohim, and their kingdom. I am teaching you the righteous truth, the inflammable word of Elohim. Everybody else who teaching you, who you're learning from, you're learning bullshit. And you will never, ever advance the kingdom unless if you unlearn all those rubbish that NASA teach you and that other people who pushing the NASA agenda, who brainwash, right? If you continue walking in their footsteps, you will never be awakened in righteousness, right? So as you can see, eye, nose, mouth, eyebrows, nostrils, mouth, face. And as you can see, there's a beard here. There's an actual beard, you know. There's an actual beard, long, that you're actually seeing the beard long there. Alright, so let me continue. So if you did watch the beginning of this life, here was cloudy. There was no cloud there. And I didn't say no magic word. I didn't speak no Hebrew. I didn't speak no tongues. I pray to Elohim. Right? I pray to Elohim. Now if I was a fraud, I couldn't do this. If I was a fraud, I couldn't do this. Now this is not by my power. This is not by my power, but by the power of the Ruach HaKadosh. But by the power of Mama Imaya, Lord Yahushua, and Abba Yahuwah El Elyon, the true, divine, everlasting, eternal creator. They are the ones that brought my words in the beginning of this said life come to pass. When I said, you're going to see the full 100% manifestation of the kingdom of Yah. But that doesn't mean to say that you're going to see their face very clear. Right? I said that. And I said that Yahushua said that he's going to remove the veil to show us his glory. So take note of what you just saw.
Glory Who is this King of glory? Yeah, the Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty to save. The earth is full of His glory. Creation's gone, baby. Enjoy it forever. So the veil has been removed right now. Removed completely. They are going to completely.
So listen to the words. The veil is going to be removed right now. Speaking in power. I'm just saying the veil is going to be removed right now. Oh, I'm not praying on people at all. I'm not praying on people at all. As some people say. Right? I am being straightforward. There's no witchcraft. There's no obia. There's nothing like that. Here. And there are people who trying to block you, who listening to my life, who get kicked out of my life. There are people out there who's conspiring against Elohim. Yes, Elohim's righteousness through me, their divine, eternal, end time messenger. There are people who are conspiring, plotting against me to keep you away from learning the real truth of the real creator, Elohim. Not Anunnaki, not Enki, and not Enel. Those are fallen angels. I'm talking about Elohim, the holy, triune, universal family that the enemy hates.
Remove the veil. And we're going to see this rainbow 10 times, 100 times brighter. Prepare the way.
Doesn't this deserve to be shared? Doesn't this deserve to go viral? The things that I'm showing you all, there's no witchcraft, no obia, no black magic, no warlocky, nothing like that. I'm taking a wand and pointing it to the sky. Elohim speaks through me, Christians. Whether you like it or you don't like it, Elohim, the triune eternal family, speaks through me. And you have condemned me to the lake of fire. But I have only tried to teach you the real truth. But you have condemned Elohim's righteousness, and you have accepted Lucifer's agenda of denomination and religious. That's why you can hear me worshiping. You can hear me saying, no any word. You hear me worshiping in spirit and in truth.
Oh, glory, Yahushua. You are worthy. Hallelujah. 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 We give you glory. Hallelujah, Yahushua. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Woo. But I see the clouds, not normal.
So keep mocking Bobby Allen and the other sky watchers. Keep mocking me until that day is coming, burning like an oven, when all the wicked will be burnt up.
Because the heavens is going to manifest in a way that you have never seen before. That's the reason why. That's the reason why the veil blocking out the kingdom. Because if you see it, you'll go blind.
So right now, it's something called, I was want to say it's something called pulsing, something called, I think, pulsing. What he's doing right now, he's all right. One thing to notice here. Notice that you're seeing a foundation stone here, right? This is the foundation stone, of course, right? If you actually see how beautiful heaven really is. All right, you see one foundation stone here. On the other side, it's be on this side here, there's no foundation stone there, of course. So there's only one foundation stone right now, but you're going to see, when Yahushua completely remove the veil, you're going to see another foundation stone on the other side of the sun. And you're also going to see the sun changing color as well. In the sky, preparing the sky right now for you to see it clear. So they use the veil, and then they will remove the veil, peel the veil off, and your eyes might go blind. So just remember, what you're seeing is not blue beam, or it has nothing to do with the government or anything to do with the enemy. This is to do with the Creator. Okay, so that's now we're going to see the full manifestation of Elohim divine eternal glory. Right? So let's keep the eyes open, and we're going to see the glory, full glory, 100% glory today. Watch this. Watch across here. See it happening. They promise, I promise is a promise. I promise you that they will show 100% glory today, and they will do it. So brothers and sisters, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Wow, they're doing it. They're actually doing it right now. So they're removing the veil to show you. So just what I've spoken to you, boom, it happened. It happened on the other side of the sun as well. 100% of glory. 100% of glory you're going to see today over this life. So this specifically states that these sky watchers are brain dead. They are brain dead. There's no sky. There's no sun stimulator. There's no sun stimulator. When they realize, when they find out that they were lied to all the time, it will be too late when I'm trying to teach them the real truth. When I'm trying to teach them the real truth, it will be too late for your brainwash coach out there. It will be too late. Too late when you find out. All I was trying to do was save you, try to help you, to wake you up. It will be too late for you all. Who's not excited, boy? So I'll be pointing out to you and showing you the throne, right? So you see there, right now Yahushua, you see he put in the sky right now. He puts in the sky right now. He prepping the sky right now to show you 100% glory. Right? They're going to show 100% glory. So stay tuned to this live. You are going to see the throne itself. I know the Christians were never taught the real truth of their Creator. They were never taught the real truth. They were given a washed down religion to swallow. But religion will never allow you to get into the kingdom of Elohim at all. When I say kingdom, I mean the everlasting kingdom. Not what they taught you. What they taught you is lies. And it's to keep you blinded as slaves. Continue to work for their system so that they will continue to manipulate you spiritually, emotionally, and carnally. Good morning, shalom to the army in the Philippines. Shalom to you, Sister Naomi, Sister Lolita, Sister Sarah, Sister Renata, who watches, Sister Victoria. Everyone on this live right about now, good morning to you, and make sure and invite someone to listen to this live as well. His love endure it forever. Let's play from the starting.
Forever he is faithful. How many can attest to his faithfulness even this week?
You notice the color different? You notice the color is more brighter?
Our heart is full of gratitude.
We're coming closer to the kitchen, are we? See? Full circle. So you prep the sky in order for you to see the kingdom. Right? The kingdom is being shown. Did you notice earlier on in the same life that the sun was a door? It was a door, not a portal. The sun became a door, a clear door, and then it retransformed into the sun again. That is because there was a shift that happened in the heaven that removed the veil to bring forth the glory of the New Jerusalem. Right now, to you, but it's going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. So the sun had was to die down the sun a little bit. So the sun is not bright, but they put it in the sky, they put it in the heavens right now, to person the heavens right now, to show you the glory, 100% glory, right? So as you can see, it's going to be a full half circle, as Yahushua said, right? Clouds are the scene, the glory clouds, and they are going to appear also too, and they're going to remove them clouds there and show you a full circle, right? Give away, give love and do it forever. His love is without end. His strength is victory's treasure. All who call on him, prepare them. It's a great song. Prepare the way. Make straight, they're going to get brighter.
and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Let the King of Glory enter. If you notice, the clouds is different. Enter in. Who is this King of Glory? The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty to save. The earth is full of His glory. Creation calls.
So alright, if you look down here, you can see that is a face right here. You see the eye, see the nostril, see the mouth, see black beard. Alright, face now start to manifest. As you can see the glory of the New Jerusalem, and as you can see one of the foundation stones here, multi-colored dimensional stone. So this is a foundation stone that we just be seeing sometimes on different people pictures and stuff like that. Alright, this is the foundation stone, and this is indeed the sun. But behind the sun, there is a door, not a portal. Behind this door, behind the sun, there is a door. There's a doorway behind the sun. As you can see, the eye, nose, mouth, black beard. Right, and as you can see, these are faces here. These are gatekeepers, right? But you see this face here, this face manifesting. I'm going to tell you all who he is in a sec.
Get away. His love endureth forever. His might is eternal. His strength is victory's treasure. In all who call on Him, He bear the way. Hallelujah. Let the King of Glory enter in. Let the King of Glory enter in. Say, let the King of Glory enter in. Who is this King of Glory? Yahushua say, it is 10 times brighter now. You're going to make it 20 times brighter now. With double rainbow. The Lord mighty. As you can see again, brighter. The earth is full of His glory. Creation calls, baby. Wow, it's getting brighter. His love endureth forever. Yahushua. Oh my God, wow. His strength is victory's treasure. And all who call on Yah, prepare the way. Prepare the way.
Location, south of
Hallelujah.
15 minutes ago.
Wow. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You are worthy, Yahushua. You are worthy, Mother Imaya. You are worthy, Yahuwah. You are worthy, Hallelujah. You are so holy, Elohim. Holy, holy, holy. Hallelujah. 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 Oh, Rabashata Basoto Gorobose. So holy, holy, holy is your name. Please come. And there will be an earthquake happening right now. Earthquakes are happening right now. Yahushua said earthquakes is happening right now. Prepare the way for the King of Glory.
Prepare the way of the Lion of Judah. He will turn cities upside down with His great glory.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, we are still live. We are live. Yahushua said it's going to be brighter. So let's just wait.
Yes, Ryan, how can I help you, sir?
Yahushua is still showing in the heavens, brothers and sisters.
All right. What I just noticed is a cherub. This is the cherub here. See, notice his beard. This is the beard of the cherub here. This is the ears of the cherub. This is the eyes of the cherub, the nose of the cherub, and the mouth. This cherub have a long beard, right? So that is a cherub that is seen there. That's a cherub that we see in there. As you can notice the ears. This is the way how a cherub, a real life cherub, is in the new Yerushalayim. Of course, heaven, where Abba resides, he and Mama. Yes. So this is the ears of the cherub, and there's the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and beard. And this we've seen over here is a foundation stone. It is a special multi-colored stone. Remember the other day we saw that, right? I show you a live where, you know, I did worship and boom, you know, the multi-dimensional stone came forward and they push it up and they show you the whole stone with a sword. All right. So today they told me to share this live with you and to teach you something a little deeper that nobody else can ever teach you on the entire earth, only but me.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Think about it. Nobody knows. Nobody. No pastor, no deacon, no NASA, no scientist, no nobody knows. Even the people who do the research, they don't know nothing. Nothing at all. They are all brainwashed into the system. Right? Into this ungodly system. Right? They are all brainwashed. They don't know nothing about the heavenly kingdom. What they were taught were fairy tales and fantasies to fantasize in the mind. But the real reality of the kingdom, they don't know nothing about it. So I am teaching you that for free. I ain't asking nobody for the money. I ain't asking nobody to pay a ticket to come and see me or anything like that. Anything like that at all. It is for free. Because guess what? You will need this teaching, what I'm teaching you. Because this is the oil of gladness. This is the oil that you need to enter into the New Jerusalem, which is the ancient truth. This is the foundation of righteousness that you need to learn. Religion is not a foundation. Christianity is not a foundation. And there's no foundation in religion.
Glory be unto the Lamb.
Glory.
Like Bobby Allen, Muavi, Eve Wise, and the whole gang of fallen ones. Or the whole gang of whores. The whole gang of charlatans.
Give you all the praise. Mother Imaya, as I come to worship you, as I come to glorify your name and sing glory to your name.
So this is true worship in spirit and in truth.
As I come to worship you,
Hailakisha.
Yahushua, as I come to glorify your name.
And Yahushua is still there. As you can see his eye. For those who now coming into the live, you can see Yahushua eye, his other eye here is being clothed out by the sun, right? And by the dark cloud that is seen here. Because this is dark clouds. It is written that the Most High hid himself in dark clouds and spoke to Moshe in the wilderness. So that's what you see in here exactly. The Almighty Elohim, the Holy Triunity of the family, they just hid themselves in the clouds so that we do not see their full glory. So they use the dark clouds to hide them glory and to hide also to their full manifestation.
And sing glory to your name. Mother Imaya, Abba Yahuwah, I come to praise your name. Imaya, I come to sing and sing glory to your.
I don't see this on no other Christian page. The glory that you see in here, I don't see that on no Christian page, because them Christians have no idea what is true worship. They have no idea what is obedience. They have no idea what is the real truth. They have no idea about anything. They have lost their way in seeking the real creators, Elohim.
As I come to worship your
Location 30 kilometers south-southwest of Searles Valley, California. Micro, magnitude 1.1.
Why do you think
3 minutes
Facebook
ago.
always fighting on my lives? Why do you think they're always fighting on my lives? Why do you think they're blocking my lives? I'm blocking you from seeing it. Because it is an agenda. It is an agenda by Facebook to block my lives, so that you do not know the real ancient truth on how to be set apart in righteousness, so that you will be accepted into the marriage supper of the Lamb.
Hallelujah.
It's not fake, because you can hear the birds chirping and singing glory as well in the background. You can see the birds passing up and down.
All the glory, all the praise, and the honor unto Yahushua Hamad.
Alright, as you can see this man here, see this man, you see his lips, see his eyes. This man here is Eliyahu. I said Eliah. This man here is Eliah, known as Elijah. He will be coming as one of the witnesses, because 2 other witnesses is already here on the earth.
Oh, praises to your name.
So people say you teach things that is not in the Bible. Obviously, not everything in the Bible is the real truth. You think the enemy, the god of this world, Lucifer, the kingdom of darkness, the Anunnaki, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, you think this wicked society who write the Bible from the Vatican, you think that they will give you the real truth? No, they will never give you the real truth. That's why they mock Jesus so much, because Jesus is a product of the Vatican. It's not real, brothers and sisters. Religion is not real. Religion is an experiment from the fallen angels, which is the Anunnaki. The ones that they can't see, they are the same one controlling the world. They are called the shadow government.
For your name. Glory to your name. Oh yeah. And for your name is great and greatly to be praised. We sing worship to your name. Oh yeah, worship to your
Earthquake
name.
upgraded to 3.7 from 3.3.
Oh, yeah.
Location 9 kilometers north of Naden, Oklahoma.
For your name
minor 8 minutes ago.
is great and greatly to be praised. We sing worship to your name. Oh yeah, worship to your name. Oh yeah, for your name is great and greatly to be praised. We sing worship to your name. Oh yeah, worship to your name. Oh yeah, for your name is great and great. You see the foundation stones? That's the foundation stones. See the sun shining on the foundation stones. We sing glory to your name. Oh yeah, worship to your name. As you can see. Oh yeah, what is this? can see that it's a different dimension there. It's great and greatly to be praised. We sing glory to your name.
So you notice a different dimension here. Look at the colors here. See the color here is a different dimension because something different is going to manifest right here on this live.
Oh yeah, glory to your name. Oh yeah, and for your name is great and greatly to be praised. See another foundation stone there? Another foundation stone right there. Oh yeah, see with your own eyes. Shit.
Have you ever seen this on anybody else's life?
Oh yeah. Invite.
All right. So you see this man here, right? You see his eyes clear as day, right? See this man eye here? See his other eye? See his nostril? See his beard? This is not Yahushua. This man here is Enoch, right? Look again. See this man here with one eye, next eye, nostrils, beard. This man here is Enoch. See, have a little topi, not topi, but you know what I mean now. He have a little thing on his head here, a little small crown on his head. Enoch, he has he's an elder in heaven, so he's a heaven, right? So he is in heaven right now with Abba as an elder, right? So this is Enoch here, and you can see the eye very, very clear. Could you see the eyes? Let me know if you could see the eyes. You can see the eyes, and you can see his beard, of course. You can see his beard, and you can see his shoulder here. So one thing, he could be sitting down, or he could be standing up. But I think the way how the position is, it looked like if he sitting down. Alright? So you can see his beard because the dark clouds is covering it. The veil. The dark veil is covering his beard. But this is Enoch here.
Plus micro.
Share this live.
2 minutes ago.
Live in done yet? We are still live. Full glory of Elohim. And great to be praised. And for your name is great to see the angels. And greatly to see that foundation stone there? That is a foundation stone right there.
In Indonesia, class
How
minor,
awesome is this?
magnitude 2.6.
This is real awesome.
Ago.
Look at the colors that we see here. Where is this sun stimulator that these brainwash sky watchers talk about? There's no sun stimulator, brainwash fools. There's no sun stimulator. You are NASA pawns. You are NASA pawns. NASA piglets. To believe anything that NASA says. NASA is a bunch of liars. And there are all your sky watchers pushing all the lies, Nibiru bullshit, and Planet X and all this kind of rubbish. That's how you're pushing it out. But that day will come, and there will be no escape for the wicked.
See it more brighter than the other colors. There's a foundation stone. That is a foundation stone. You can see. Those are foundation stones. All you seen that? Head reaching down to the ground. See if I can put my hand. And yes, I can put my hand. Thank you, Yahushua. You are the Inaya for all your blessings. You see the different colors? See the colors? Look up, they fade away, or down here brighter. As the foundation stones they're showing there. See the 21st there? Up there, see the 21st? See that face coming in there? They're manifesting.
Let's look at the colors. Wow, awesome. Look at this color here. That's a foundation stone right here. A foundation stone.
Like a little puppy. Look like a dog. They look like Michael dog, and that is Michael dog. That is Michael pet. See, you have a foundation stone on your head too. Guys, I can see the kingdom with my bare eyes.
But I can see. If you look good, you can see the dog is there. Michael puppy is there. But if you look carefully, you can see the eye, pure nose, and you can see the mouth of a man. Right? You can see his eye there, and you can see the puppy right down there. Right? You can see the little dog right down there. But what we're looking at here is a man. It could be a celestial angel, because you can see the wings here. You see the wings? This is the wings here of the celestial angel. Right? So these are the wings here of a celestial angel. They are small creatures. You see how small he is? But he's showing himself big. For a reason, of course. Because they want you to know, hey, celestial angels do exist. Small crown on his head. Mama still here. This mama. But she manifests fully yet. Right? Because there's a process to go through for her to fully manifest. So this is small crown that he has on his head. Right? This is small crown that he has on his head.
Hallelujah.
Alright. So you see the beast? Half man and half beast. You can see Mama now. She's smiling. You can see she's smiling. Look at she's smiling here. And the beast right next to her here. And you can see her crown. Golden crown. Mama have a golden crown. She's smiling here, as you can see. As you can see her nostrils here. As you can see her eyes. The beast here is actually blowing in her face. But she don't mind that, because she's the creator. And you can see on the other side, you can see Mama eye. And you can see her nostrils. How do I know these things? I am an archangel of Elohim. Yes, I am a divine archangel of Elohim / seraphim. I am a real archangel. Hence the reason why nobody else cannot teach this. Nobody else cannot teach this, because nobody else knows them. It was given to me, the duty was given to me to teach about Elohim in righteousness, to teach who they really are. It was given to me to teach. Nobody else could be a divine messenger like me. It have other messengers, yes, within the congregation of Elohim's righteousness, yes, but I am the divine messenger to pull everybody together and bring them back to the true word of the Most High, Yahushua. Yahushua is the word. Yahushua is the Torah. The Torah is not the Bible. The Torah is not the Tanakh. The Torah is the living word of the Most High. And the living word is Yahushua. Yahushua is the Torah. Right? Not what they have in the Tanakh, and not what they have in the Torah, which they written in lies and deception. Like the Bible, like the Quran, like the Gita, like the so-called ancient texts, is all a deception, a lies. They will never teach you anything about the Creator, Elohim. That's the reason why you will judge me in unrighteousness and think that I am demon possessed, but I'm not demon possessed, as you are demon possessed. You are the ones that are possessed, and I am the one that is trying to set you free from the spiritual bondage of religion. Alright, so you can see different angels here manifesting. Let's continue.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Okay, let me make this clear. People think actually think that Elohim does sit a whole day on a throne and do nothing. That is not so, brothers and sisters. Elohim have a work to do. Looks like you have a work to do. Alright, so you see an eye here? You see an eye? An eye. This is not Archangel Michael. There's a different beast. This beast look like half man and half bull, or half, oh my gosh, we need money them wild cow in them. This is not Archangel Michael here. This is another beast, half man, as you can see, half man and half beast. It looked like a ox. All right, yeah, there's an ox. There is an ox in heaven. So there's a holy ox. You see his ears here and the other ears here, and he have an eyelash. You see the eyelash here? Because this part is half man. Look at it, half man.
Location,
and half
47
beast.
kilometers Seleni de Calama, class minor, magnitude 3.2.
So you see his
7 minutes ago.
nostrils? Watch how his nostrils is different from everybody else's own. Because he's an ox. Half man and half ox. See the eyes here? Those are spiritual eyes. You see the eyes? See the eyes? See the eyes here? Eyes, eye, nostril. And you see his mouth here? Yeah, he's an ox. And in the light, as you see in here, celestial angel. See the celestial angel? Look at how much eyes this celestial angel have. Okay, this far differently. Alright. If you look from a different angle, which I'm seeing here, you will see something completely different. Alright. So you see again, there's the eye, nostrils, very clear, and you see the mouth of the ox. You know, these are the beasts that has been in heaven. These are the beasts that are in heaven. Alright? See that foundation stone right there? That's one of the foundations. Look at how angry. Look at how angry he's looking. See his eye? See his eye here? Half beast and half man. Half man, half beast. Facebook, turn people off. Make sure that when this live done, that you push it viral. Share it. Because what I'm teaching you all, I really hope that you really take it in. Because this could be the last time I actually teaching you this. Because I must be led by Elohim to teach you this. Or else, nobody else on the earth is teaching you nothing. And I guarantee you that. And I am the only one that you will ever see teaching these things. Because there's nobody else righteous or holy enough to come in the presence of Elohim to teach you these things. Nobody else. Holy, holy are you. So you could see the beast is there, the ox, half man and half ox. Yeah, you're so holy, you're so holy, so holy. So it seems as though the ox is crying. See the tears here? There's the ox eye. See the eye of the ox? You see the eye different from the other eye? Look at the different eyes. You see the eye different? Look how the eye different. Half man, the man in this side, the man on this side, the man on this side, and the ox on this side. Because you can see there's a difference there. So, half man on this side, the man on this side, and the nose, the color discoloration on the nose and stuff like that. The ox is crying. You can see tears coming along his eyes there. See the tears? Like tears coming down his eyes. You can see no eyebrows on this side, but you can see the eyebrows on this side. Yeah, we are live, we are live, we are live, we are live. Invite. And you can see the foundation stone of the New Jerusalem. So as time goes by, the ox is going to disappear and somebody else is going to take his place to get an opportunity to show out. Alright? Alright, so what I'm seeing here now is a difference now. What I'm actually seeing here now, I'm seeing an angel. The ox is there But I see an angel singing, a black man. So what will be seen here? See this eye here? See this nostril? This is actually the ox on this side. The ox is here. And you could see there's a man on this side here. Who is this man? Look at this man. This man is manifesting now. Right? You can see the nostril of the man. See the nostril? And you can see the eye of the man and the man crying. Alright. So, what is supposed to say to me? This is Yahushua. Right? This is Yahushua now manifesting. Remember I showed you all the ox before? Well, the ox disappear now. Right? The ox disappear. Now Yahushua is manifesting. Now this is the way how they're seated in heaven. If I take off this transition, it will flip normal and you won't be able to see this anymore. Look like this. See like that? You're not able to really see anything because of how they are seated in heaven. Hence the reason why you are not able to really see anything. So what I'll do is click back the transition and boom. See Yahushua here? This is Yahushua. Yahushua, dark skin. Alright? So I'll do the transition thing. And let me see if I could like put some light or something like that. Let me see if I could get a little brighter. Let me see if I could get a little brighter on life. Let's see if I can just turn this up. Maybe it's too much. Yahushua is crying there. Alright, Yahushua is crying. I can't get brighter, right? Alright, can just leave it how it is so all can see it. Alright, so that's Yahushua right there, crying. Alright? I'm worshiping Yahushua in spirit and in truth. I'm worshiping Yahuwah in spirit and in truth. I'm worshiping Imaya in spirit and in truth. Again, this is Yahushua mouth here. See his mouth? See his mouth there? See his black beard? See his nostril? See his eyes? You can't see the crown because that is being covered by the dark clouds. Right? So what we are seeing is inside the heavens. Right? Let me see if it's showing right now in the heavens. Right. You're seeing that, right? You're seeing that very clear. Next to Yahushua, there's somebody else there in the background. Look like Abba. But it's not that clear yet. And the life now begun. So you see Yahushua eyes there? See his eyes? Eyes here. Crying. See his nostrils. See his mouth. See his beard. Right? See his beard there? This is Yahushua beard. This is his beard. Because he's standing next to the beast, to the ox. So what I tell you, we are actually in the throne room. We are in the throne room of Yahushua. We are in the throne room of Imaya. We are in the throne room of Abba Yahuwah. We are in the throne room of Elohim. Hence the reason why you are seeing Yahushua here. You are seeing Yahuwah here and Imaya a little bit underneath. God, I how they are seated in heaven.
Earthquake downgraded
of course.
to 3.2
right?
from 3.7.
So you gotta watch back this video to see everything.
Right. Class
all right.
minor,
So this is Yahuwah right here. And the light. Oh my God. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Alright. There's Yahuwah mouth here. And there's Yahuwah beard. The Ancient of Days. See his eyes here? See his nostrils? See his white beard? Right? This is the Ancient of Days. And next to Yahuwah is his son, Yahushua. So you see Yahushua crying, and you see Yahushua nostrils, and you see Yahushua mouth, and you see Yahushua black beard. So the sun going on a little bit in order to show you all the foundation stone. Right? So you see Yahushua. Right? See Yahushua. Alright, so now you understand Father, Mother, Son. That is how the triune eternal family consists of. Consists of the Father, the Mother, and the Son. I'd like to say thank you for everyone who watched today's live. It was a blessing. We will continue this the next day. Alright, and the next day we'll go a little in depth of the kingdom on everything All right, so thank you for everyone who watched today's live. Please continue to share this live and make it go viral. Top lip and the bottom lip, you see the beard, the black beard, and next to Yahushua is his father, the Ancient of Days, Abba Yahuwah. So his father and son here, and the beast right next to the throne. All right. So what we are seeing here is Yahushua, a full profile of Yahushua. As you can see the eye, you see the skin of Yahushua here. There's Yahushua, real skin complexion.